first of all, just want to come off what Bud, was talking about. If you notice in the last 2 weeks, where he's going, Kansas, got beat by Tennessee on the road at Tennessee, and then just the other night, Texas got beat at Kansas State. And so it's a really, it's a really big difference when you got to go on the road and play, And so I know they're doing a great job, and the good thing is they get a chance to come home. So I'm really excited for you, Coach, coming home and finishing strong. Carl, I want to take this opportunity. I know we see each other a lot, but we're very excited, about you working with us, and we just need to go over the disclaimers. Just kidding. Got to have a little humor, right? Got to have a little humor. But anyway, we're very excited about it, and Gary obviously did a tremendous job for us, and I think and Carl is great, and I do think one of the things that's really important, is that we have our own identity here. Although we're 20 miles or whatever from Charlotte, we have different interests and focus, and that's why with what the Herald does for Winthrop and men and women's basketball and all of its sports is so important. So we're looking forward. We're looking forward to working with Carl. I have 2 guys on my staff here today. Coach Molinaire and Coach Dixon are back in there. They're getting some work done back there. So it's always great to have them with us today. And they're doing a great job. With our team right now, this is a great time of the year. I'm amazed at how Bud's working because he's got those stats. And, the thing that I think about is it's a marathon. And, the New York Jets were 4-6, and Ryan said, there's no way we're going to make the playoffs. There's no way we're going to make the playoffs. And I believe last year's Super Bowl champion lost their first 2 games. Michigan State lost to a Division II team a year ago and then played in the national championship game. So my thing in sports is it's never as good as you think it is, and it's never as bad as you think it is. It's just somewhere in the middle. And that's why, I just think you got to be a flat line, because it's peaks and valleys, and you got to persevere. You got to be strong, And so for us, what I'm very excited about is, we had a big win on Saturday. We went to Presbyterian, and Presbyterian, it's a delicate game because Coach Nybert's been there 21 years, and he does a great job. And I said something in the paper, and I said something in here, and I'm kind of chuckling because, but Greg is really, really, really intense, okay? And, I kind of think I'm a little bit intense too. And so, I'm gentle on the sideline compared to him, And so, but they pride themselves on toughness, and that bothers me because none of us like to get out toughed. And so our guys went down there, and we held them to 42 points. Now here's the thing, they're averaging 68. Okay, VMI was averaging 94, and we held them into the 60s. Liberty was averaging 70, and we held them into the 60s. So I was really pleased with that game. They play like Duke. They try to pressure you and deny, and I take offense to that because not from a professional standpoint, we got to be able to get good shots. I don't want anybody to run us out of our stuff. It'd be like you're in your business, and by gosh, you know what you stand for, and that's what you're going to do, period. Well, we got penetration. The thing that we did is defensively, they shot 24%, which is an unbelievable amount. I mean, for us to go down there and have our defensive field goal percentage at 24% is phenomenal, and that's what we did. We were up by 17. Or 13. They got it close, and we went back up by 17. And as I tell you, we got so much room to improve. It's crazy. I mean, we missed so many shots on the rim in the first half that, post-ups, layups with a little bit of body, stuff like that, that it could have been, we could have won by more, but that was the worst defeat that they've had this year. I mean, that team played Radford. Radford beat them by 4. High Point beat them by 2, and we went down and won by, 14. So I'm really pleased with that. So now we're getting the Coliseum ready, which is great, and we're practicing the West End. I'm telling you, it's wide open now. I mean, we had 2 practices yesterday, Thursday and Friday, that were absolute wars. Thursday was an absolute war. Guys were killing each other, and I wasn't in the mood to call fouls. And so, and hopefully it paid off a little bit. But we got to go to UNC. We go to UNC Asheville and Gardner-Webb. Right now we're in 4th place. And it's like I told our team, it's the first time I've done this. I know when I'm getting in mode because I take my standing with me wherever I go. And I'm always scratching and keeping up with everybody. And I said on Sunday, I said, do you realize we're 2 games out of first place, first of all? We're still playing for a regular season title, okay? Do you realize now that the first time I've ever done this, and I've been in this league, I guess I'm an old guy in the Big South, but, first round game is at home, and I started talking about it already. I started planting seeds, so we got to continue to get better. We've got, UNC Asheville coming up in Gardner-Webb. UNC Asheville, I think they're a lot like us. For those of you that watch, there's just certain guys, their team is going to get better. If you've heard me enough, if we're not getting better in February, then that bothers me. Eddie's team, they're 3-4 in the league, but they just beat Liberty on the road, so red flag. They're playing pretty well. They got a guard named Dickey from Alabama who really comes at you with speed. They got a kid named J.P. Prim who can shoot it. They have probably the best 6'4" athlete in the league, and a guy named John Williams who's a tremendous shot blocker. So we got our work cut out for us. There's certain guys, I'm sure you do this in your line of work, but you have to scout the guy you're coaching against. Okay, so Nybert is stubborn. He's going to play you man-to-man. Now, I've been called stubborn too, okay? So, Nybert's going to guard you man-to-man. That's just how it's going to be. Eddie, I think, is going to try to play us some zone and some 2-2-1 and, try to do some things to us. So we got a big game at UNC Asheville Thursday. Looking forward to it. And then, obviously, we got Gardner-Webb on the road, and so hopefully we can get it done. It's a big, big week for us. And the main thing is we got to play well. You got to focus on playing well. That's the main thing. For us, Mantoris Robinson just was putting some notes down. Had 14-7 against Presbyterian. Against Liberty, had 16-6. Against VMI, he had 10-2. Against Charleston Southern, he had 10-7. So his last 4 or 5 games, he's really starting to score. And the thing that I had told him at Coastal was, I said, Manny, you're a great defender, but those games where you get 2 and 4 points now, I mean, he's the one guy in this league that can affect the game and not score. How many guys can you say that about? However, it makes our job really tough when he gets 2, 3, 4 points. So as he keeps playing, it's good. I mean, we need him to continue to do what we're doing. And as I said last week, Coach Dixon told me, he said, Coach, you talk more about shot selection than anybody I've ever worked for, and I haven't talked about it a lot lately. I haven't talked about pounding it inside and, we're running that break and we're letting that sucker fly, and so, we're making shots when we play a little faster. So, and I can really start to see a difference. I mean, just a little bit more freedom. So.